What about now?
Yes, sir. It's showing.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, all right. So today I'll be talking more about conferences and journals. So this is very important since you guys are involved in research and writing paper articulation based activities. So this is mandatory and this is essential to know how to identify journals which are of high significance and authenticity. So let me move with the next slide. So what I'll be covering is what are perennial conferences, how to search for conferences, and what are reliable journals, what is Web of Science and other criteria. So and then what is Google Scholar Index and journal finders. So I'll be covering all these informations in this session. So um, first topic is perennial conferences. Anybody want to comment? Do you guys know what are perennial conferences basically? If anybody has attended any conference, it may be online or offline.
So I have attended one conferences related to AI
Okay.
on, but I don't know whether it is perennial conference or which type of conference.
Okay.
Like with their at in that conference, they it is in a hybrid mode. Like many people were offline there and many people were online there, and it was like it takes a whole day. There was a gap between them, and by one people were showing and doing some debate on the topics. Like my first time, so I wasn't able to understand fully.
Okay, so what's the number of conference, like for how many years they have been conducting their conference?
Sir, I guess this was their third year.
Third experience, like third conference. Okay, so this means like they are organizing their conference for past 3 years. So let me
Yeah,
explain you. Yeah, so let me explain you what are perennial conferences. Like you will encounter, you will find all these 7 points here. So first thing is regular schedule. So if you take AIAA or IEEE or other institutions, IAA or American Astronomical Society or University Space Research Association, based on um, like lunar and planetary science, and uh, IOP, Springer. So they used to consistently organize conferences every year. It may be 4 to 5 conferences every year, or more than 10 conference, or more than 10 or 15 or 20. It depends on the type of institution or organization. So first you will encounter is regular schedule, so that you need to check. And then organizational consistency. So if you look at the best example is AIAA. If you just surf through the net, so they are organizing conferences for the past 50 to 60 years, approximately 70 years. If you look at their conference archive, where you can see the total number of conference proceedings, whatever they have published so far. So that is what we call as organizational consistency. And the third point is reputable publication support. So legit conference, they usually support publications. For example, they support two type of publications. Let's say if the conference receives approximately 100 submissions, so out of 100 submission, the best or selected papers, let's say 5 to 10 papers or 15 papers, so that will be published through journals like Scopus or Web of Science, and the remaining papers will be published as part of conference proceedings. Okay, so that you need to check. Okay, so reputable publication support. Then fourth one is, if you attend this kind of conference, then definitely whatever paper you publish, you will gain good global reach as well as visibility, and you will gain publication credit as well. Sometimes you may have seen, like you may have encountered PhD scholars from institutions, um, like PhD scholars from second year or third year. The time takes to publish their journal articles take prolonged time, like 1 year or 1.5 year. So in between their submission or publication, they used to present their research across various platforms where they do conference publications. Just look at some Google Scholar profile, you'll come to know whether like how many what kind of publication they have done, whether it's a journal publication or conference publications. So that's why identifying a good conference, like legit conference, is very important. And then sixth point is research feedback opportunities. Like if you present your ideas in front of 100 or 200 professionals, definitely towards the end of your presentation you will be having Q&A session where they'll be asking question, they'll be criticizing your research, and you will gain lots of feedback. So that will help you to improvise your research, and that will help you to enhance your work, to modify your work, right? So this thing you will get. And the seventh one is networking potential. Usually what to say, experts and reputed professionals from institution, university, or labs and space companies, or any other societies, they usually look for legit conferences. Like how I added AIAA. So if you attend AIAA conference, you will encounter presenters from diverse institutions. So when I presented my first paper, I saw an author, like he is from NASA's Amis Research Center. So he was presenting one paper parallel to my paper. Okay, at that time I got his email address, I requested for his email address, and I initially drafted a mail for research feedback based on whatever research I have done. So he replied. So in that way you will gain good networking potential rather than attending local conferences where you will find peoples from the same state or same district or same country. Okay, so these are all 7 things you have to keep in mind, so before submitting a paper for any conferences. Am I clear with these points?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next is like search for conferences or links. So I would like to recommend these 4 platforms. So we have conferencealerts.com and conferencealerts.in, followed by wiki call for papers and NASA Small Satellite Institute events. Okay, you can just check it out later. So conferencealerts.com, conferencealerts.in, wiki call for papers, and NASA's Small Satellite Institute events. So the fourth one is NASA's official site where they used to update all the upcoming conferences based on space, astrophysics, satellites, everything. You can just check it out later. So apart from these sites, how to check for legit conferences? Let me tell you. So here I have 3 strategies. First one is, if you know the name of any legit journals, let's say Progress in Aerospace Sciences, or Nature Communication, or International Journal of Astrophysics, or any journal you may know, like just type the journal followed by type sponsored conferences, then you will you will get the your desired result. Okay, so that strategy you can use. So similarly, if you know know the name of any university, let's say especially in India, if you, let's say, Indian Institute of Space Science and Technology, or IIT Kanpur, IIT Bombay, or any other university name, MIT, Harvard. So just type the name of the university followed by sponsored conference, you will get your link. And so while surfing these things, you need to ensure that you need to keep one thing in mind. So you will get first 2 to 3 results mentioning that it's a sponsored thing. Sponsored means those links were promoted through Google Ads, so you should not click those things. Okay, the next result which you get without any tags, sponsored tags, so that you have to click for your desired result. Okay, so this is second strategy. And the third strategy is it's very similar to first and second. If you know any institute or organization, like how I have added AIAA, IEEE, IAA, or Indian Institute of Astrophysics, IEA, or any other organization. Just type the name followed by sponsored conference or just conferences. You will get your desired results. Okay, so just remember this three strategy to identify legit conference. And now let me tell you, since we are from aerospace and space science domain, I would like to mention these 6 platforms overall. So first one is AIAA, then second we have IEEE. IEEE used to organize conference from diverse domains. Apart from aerospace and space science, they used to conduct conference related to electrical, electronics, AI, robotics. So diverse domains, you can just note it down. And then we have International Astronautical Association, IAA, then American Astronomical Society. So they used to conduct conference related to space, astronomy as well as astrophysics. Then we have International Astronautical Federation, IAF, then AAAS, American Association for Advancement of Science. So they are all consistent organizers of reputed conferences every year, and they used to switch their venue or location of conferences to different countries for every year. So last time, if you take IAF, International Astronautical Federation, last time it was in I don't remember whether it's Dubai or Italy, but this year they are going to conduct the conference at Sydney, Australia. Okay, if you talk about AIAA, just 2 years back, 2 to 3 years back, during 2022, they organized their hypersonic based conference at Bangalore, India. Okay, so just note down this 6 reputed organization. Okay, now I hope this is clear. Anybody want me to demonstrate the same through Google or my browser? Yes, no?
Mm.
No, sir. It's fine, sir.
All right, so just note down these things. Next, I would like to add points about journal criteria and identification. This is very important. So, if you are willing to start your research career, then definitely journal publication will add more credits compared to conference publications. Hence, it's very important to identify genuine and legit journals for our initial or subsequent publications. So, for identifying a journal, you need to check these 6 parameters primarily. Okay, so first one is proper editorial flow, second one is established editorial board, then third one is international standard serial number and digital object identifier support. Fourth one is you need to check journal frequency, how often they are publishing their issue. And the fifth one is content registration with Crossref or any other DY registrants or third party registration. And sixth one is journal indexation. Okay, just keep in mind. So let me give you explanation for each and everything. So first, proper editorial flow. So what is editorial flow? Anybody want to say? Anybody want to comment? Anyone?
Sir, like they have a fixed format to present journal, like your paper.
Yeah, it's almost correct. So let me tell you. So the editorial flow is nothing but how they handle each submission or manuscript. So usually the common editorial flow is initially the submission, followed by initial screen check, like initial check for plagiarism and all. Then they used to send your paper for review, then review results, then revision. After revision, the paper moves to like copy editing phase. After copy editing, the paper moves to production phase. After production, the paper moves to publication phase. Okay, so these are all basic editorial flow. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
So,
so you may be very familiar with this submission, review, and revision. And anybody know what is copy editing and production?
no, sir.
Copy editing is very it's nothing. It's very simple. Like just they used to type your content in their Word file, like in their own template. Sometimes, if your paper language is not up to their standard, then definitely they will send you a paper for copy editing, where a group of team members will be there, like they'll transform your article to certain English standard. Okay, so that is
Yes, and
what
they
will,
can add some pages on that, like,
yeah, so that is what we call as copy editing. And in the production phase, they will finalize like what are all papers we need to add for this present issue, and what are all papers we need to add to the special issue. And at that phase only, they'll prepare your content for content registration, where they will be registering the name of your article, the list of authors, along with your ORCID ID, and the name of the journal, volume number, issue number, for DOI allocation. So that is what we call as production phase. Finally, publications. Okay, so this is what we call as proper editorial flow. And the second point is establish a editorial board. Let's say if you encounter some journal, so let me tell you out of the space and aerospace domain. If you encounter a journal with biology or biomedical engineering, so you will find the editorial board members from the same domain. So like the expertise of all the editorial board members is from the same biomedical engineering. So that is what we call as established editorial board. And if you check some fake journals or predatory journals, you will find editorial board members from diverse domains. Okay, so as part of this session, I will give you one assignment. So anybody has to come forward. They has to share their screen, and they has to check and tell everyone like whether the journal is legit or not. So after explaining all these steps, okay, so that is what we call as established editorial board. So let me move to third point, like how each and every academic paper is identified by digital object identifier. In the same way, every journal, if, it may be offline print journals or online journals, so every journals, academic journals, is identified by international standard serial number that you need to check, and DOI as well. So frequency I've already explained you, how often they are publishing their issues. Okay, some journal may publish their issue every 3 months, or every 6 months, or every month, or fortnightly, every 14 days. Okay, so that is very important. And let's say if you are submitting a paper to a monthly journal, then if you submit your paper by this month, there are high chances your paper may get published by next to next month. Okay, and if you are submitting a paper to annual journal, like one issue per year, if you submit a paper by Jan, if it gets accepted, then your paper will be published by December. So it takes one entire year for publications. So that's why we need to check this journal frequency for timely response and timely publication. Okay, and the fifth point is cross-ref metadata registration. So where we will be registering our scholarly content for better citation tracking and journals visibility. So I'll show you a few images later on. Then indexing. Anybody want to comment like what is indexing, why journal indexation is important for everyone?
Can you just repeat the question, sir?
No, what I'm asking is why journal indexation is important. So you might have heard of like Scopus, Web of Science, UGC, Directory of Open Access Journal, Google Scholar journals, right? So these are all indexing platforms. So my question is why this indexing are important for every journal.
Sir, it is important because it will show like their like their credibility, like how
Hmm.
like their generals are
Yeah, that's correct. That's one part, and the second part is it will show, it will reflect the quality and the standard of publication they do. And the next point is like if you do publication in a journal which has a more indexation, then definitely you will gain more visibility. Okay, let's say we have people are searching their papers through Google Scholar, we have Semantic Scholar, we have a core repository, and we have archive, and we have NASA's astrophysics data system, right? We have a number of platforms. So if a journal is indexed in all these databases, definitely you will gain more visibility, right? So that will help you to gain more citations in future. Am I correct?
yes, sir.
Yeah, so that's why these are all six important factors which is important to identify legit journals. Am I clear with this point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me give you
Sir,
an yes.
in the fourth point, like journal frequency, I want to ask suppose there are two journal. One journal get published in 3 months, and another journal takes 1 year to publish.
Okay.
So, like, does it also shows that the second one has like gone through more peer review and like it has a more credibility than the first one, or
No, 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 no. Based on journal frequency, we cannot determine its quality because let's say for some journals, let's say if we are having some journals related to interplanetary exploration, then definitely the number of researchers in the same domain is very less, right? So we will be receiving very less number of submission. So that's why instead of publishing it monthly, we are publishing it every 6 months or 1 year.
okay, sir.
Okay, and usually journals which don't charge any article processing fee, they usually do this kind of publication. It's like publication every 6 months or 1 year, because they don't want to receive massive submissions from all authors. So that will put them in trouble in review and proper publications. That's why they are following this method.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. And now I would like to give you an example. So I have considered this journal, Acta Astronautica. So this journal is published by Elsevier or Science Direct. Okay, so based on these criteria, I'll show you. First, we have editorial board option here. If you click this about option, we have editorial board, and once you enter the editorial board, you can check like who is editor in chief position and who are all co-editors and associate editors, copy editors. Every information you will get from the editorial board page, and you can see like uh, so this journal has editorial board from three different countries: United States, China, and Canada. Like some 14 countries. I'm sorry, 39 editors are there, and they are from 14 different countries. Okay. Now the next point is second, established editorial board. So let's check whether any editor, any one of the editor from this editorial board is from similar domain. Okay, so I'm taking the first editor, like editor in chief, as an example. So this is his profile. You can see his core area of interest and expertise lies the field of dynamics and control of tethered spacecraft systems, space robotics, and computational mechanics. And he is serving as an editor across various journals: International Journal of Space Science and Engineering, Acta Astronautica, Aerospace Systems, IEEE Access, right? So these are all secondary option. If you want to cross check each and every information, so you can do like this. Okay, so this is how we are going to check established editorial board and their expertise. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and the next thing is ISSN and DOI support. So editorial flow, I forgot the first one. You can see the data is given here. The review time usually takes 99 days, and once you submit, it takes around 117 days to receive your first review result, whether your paper would accepted or rejected. So you will get your review results after 117 days. Then so post acceptance, it takes around 12 days to publish your paper, and the total acceptance rate for the journal is 28%. So from this information you can conclude like how they are reviewing and what, like how far they are reviewing the paper. I hope you got my point.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and here you can see two options here: open access and subscription based. If you want your article to get published under this category, open access, then you have to pay certain article processing charge, 3350 USD per article. And if you want to go for free publication, then you can go for publication under this category, subscription based. Okay, so this is one information we can cross check and validate.
Sir,
Yes.
like what is the difference between subscription based? Like, can you tell us more about this option?
Yeah, open access means you will be paying the entire fees for which everyone can access your papers for free.
Yeah,
Like
I don't like I know open access, but I am like confused about this.
subscription.
Yeah, sir.
Subscription is completely opposite. Like you don't have to pay any fees, and they will publish your paper. And as part of article processing charge, they will collect it from readers, whoever want to read or access that particular paper. So they won't be charging entire fee from readers, like they'll be charging a nominal cost. It may be 18 USD, 20 USD, or 30, 35 USD. That's all. Collaborative cost.
Sir, like suppose if I like I am going for masters and I have already published a article and I need to show that college about like my article. So like should I take the like I have to take the permission from them or I can share the article to the college?
No, if you are the main author, the primary author, or the corresponding author, then you have all the right to share your paper with anyone. So you don't need to ask permission from this particular journal.
Okay, sir.
Okay. All right. So next thing is ISSN. Third point, ISSN and DOI support. Let me go with ISSN first. So you can just see this link here, portal.issn.org. So if you go to this site, so here you have to enter the title of the journal or the ISSN of the journal. So once you click and search, then you will get results like this: the name of the journal and the entire information is given here. And you can see that like the number of ISSN link to the same journal. So this is ISSN number for online version, and this is linking ISSN. So we are not going to deal with this linking ISSN, so we'll be dealing with this ISSN only. Okay, you can see the information here: proper title, country, the medium of publications, whether it's online or offline, then digital archives. So all the contents published across that particular journal is preserved across various repositories, clocks, and then Scholars Portal, Internet Archive, Portico. Okay, so you can just check all this information through this portal itself. Now, so here we have URL option, right? So if you move your cursor to this point, then you will get the direct link of the journal. Okay, so this is valid for legit journals. If you find some fake journals, then you can differentiate. The link given in the ISSN portal is different and the official journal site is different. So I'll give you example. I will give you an example after this explanation. So these are all sites to check your international standard serial number. You can just note it down. I hope I'm clear with this point.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And next thing what I would like to highlight is this digital preservation. So why digital preservation of articles and its respective content is important? Anybody wants to comment?
Sir, it shows their visibility.
Okay, so apart from visibility, why digital preservation is important is, so we don't know anytime the server error or the domain error can occur, right? At that time, readers will find it difficult to access papers published in that particular journal. So in that aspect, digital preservation is very important. So it will keep your article available online, though the journal encounters any technical issues. So that is one point. And the second point is, sometimes a journal may discontinue in future. Okay, in that case, in order to provide access to the readers for all published articles, so digital preservation is significant. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that thing you need to check whether the journal preserves any content through any platforms. Next point is, so you need to check how the journal is affiliated. So whether the journal is maintained by some organization or some university or any body, any sort of body. Like here you can see the journal is maintained by the International Academy of Astronautics. So they are the sponsoring body and they are maintaining the entire journal. So this is also required. For example, if you tell to a professor or anyone like published one paper, definitely they will ask for how the journal is affiliated. Okay, in that case you can mention this bodies or organizations or universities. So you can check all this information through the journal website itself. And now as part of journal frequency, you can see, so Acta Astronautica is monthly journal, like they are publishing issues every month. Okay, so these are all information you need to cross check before submitting your paper to any journal, not for this journal, any journal. Okay, now apart from ISS number, we need to check DOI, right, digital object identifier. So here for this article the DOI is given here. Now if you want to cross check this, then go to search.crossref.org and then paste the DOI here. The DOI prefix starts from 10 point so and so numbers followed by DOI suffix. So if you copy paste and enter, then you will get entire information, the title of the paper, whether it's a journal article, review article or conference paper, and the published month or published year, in which journal. Okay, and funding information is given here, the name of the author is also given here, right? If you want to cross check, you can just cross check with this website search.crossref.org, or else you can go for resolve DOI. There you have to copy paste the DOI. If you submit it, then it will redirect you to the official page of publications. So which means the DOI is valid and active. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And see, there is one page called Journal Insights, where you can see the aim and scope of the journal. The ISS number for both the version is given here, online version as well as offline version. Subject area is given here. What's the impact factor and site score? Then we have article publishing options. We have open access and subscription. Publishing timeline is given here. Acceptance rate is given here. And as part of sixth point, like journal indexation, you can see the journal is indexed across Scopus, Science Citation Index Expanded, and SkyMago Journal Rank, and SNP. Okay, so these are all top level platforms. If any journal is indexed in these platforms, then definitely that journal will be, the journal will get indexed across multiple platforms. So these are all top level platforms. Okay, so you can just check all this informations on the journal page itself. If you don't find any information, like there are certain information like which are of very important or significance: the abstracting and indexing one, publishing timeline, then ISSN numbers, and this impact factor, and you need to check whether they have valid DOI or not, then the frequency of the journal, the affiliating body, and of course you need to check whether the journal's official website or like the link is connected to the ISSN portal. So these are all basic things you need to check before submitting a paper to any journal. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next point is history of publications. That's very important. So you will find many journals where they'll represent themselves like they have been publishing the journal since 2014. But if you check all their past issue, then you will find papers from recent years, 2022 or 2020. And if you ask for papers or issues between 2015 or 2014 to 2020, then they'll say that we don't have. So which means that they are fake journals. They are very similar to cloned journals. So I'll give you example after this session. So it's very important to check the history of publication of any journal. You can see this journal is continuously publishing papers since 1955. So that's why they have this kind of volume numbers, volume number 235, 234. Okay, if you find new journals, you will find like volume number 1, which means they are publishing their issue for the very first time or the very first year. That is volume 1. And volume 2 is for second year, volume 3 is for third year, volume 4 is for fourth year. Okay, so you need to check, you can check all these informations across any journal page. Okay, now I want anyone to come forward and share their screen. I'll ping one journal's website, so you need to check and just let us, you need to explain like whether the journal is legit or not. Anybody like who wants to do this activity? Anyone?
Sir, can I?
Yes, please. So I'm dropping the journal link in the chat box.
Okay, sir.
Yes, and share your screen, please.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just explain what you are checking. Meanwhile, if anybody wants to check the same journal, you can just cross-check and comment after Utkarsh explanation. So what will you check at first instant, Utkarsh? Okay, anybody who have joined from laptop or desktop can share their screen and do the same task apart from Utkarsh. Why everyone is silent here? Pooja, can you do that? Pooja or Lakshmi Priya? Utkarsh, like you forgot to add that hyphen between ISS numbers. Pooja and Lakshmi Priya, can you do that? What about Sriram? Silva Lakshmi?
Yes, sir, I'm seeing, sir.
Can you share your screen?
Sir, I'm drawing using my phone, sir.
Okay. Okay, all right. Like Swapna Sagar Mishra.
Sir, I am also joined by phone today.
Okay. Ovia.
Sir, I'm on iPad.
Okay. Sakshi, would you like to try?
Yeah, sure, sir.
All right. Just explain the same while checking all the information. Like what are all parameters you are checking with the journal? I just want to know like how far you guys are understanding based on whatever suggestion we are having. So that's why.
Sir,
Yes.
like, can I say about this journal?
Yes.
Sir, like, I am little bit confused. Like, their official link in ISSN was same, uh, and their indexing were also like good. Like, they have Crossref, OpenLX, Sudocs, but like they don't have anything related to like Scopus or Web Science, UGC. Like, I am little bit confused. Like, is this real? Like, overall, I am thinking that this is a legitimate, like a good journal, not a fake journal. But
So you need
then
to check all the parameters, not with the limited parameters. You need to check each and every information.
okay, sir.
All right. So let's like let's listen to Sakshi what she is trying to comment.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, so first I went ahead to check the editorial board.
Okay.
Here I can see a list of people from various institutes and universities,
Okay.
but there's no direct link so that I can go and check their personal information here.
Okay. So fine. So let's from the editorial board information. Let's say the editorial board is genuine, and can you check with other parameters?
Okay.
Mhm. So looking at the journal's homepage and few information, I can conclude directly like it's a fake journal.
Yeah, it has few references that you mentioned, but
So from what information I'm concluding is yes,
one day they are saying they'll give the status of the paper within a day.
yeah, that's not possible, right?
Yeah.
Can you check their past issues?
Sorry, come again.
Past issues,
Past issues. Okay.
yes. So it's there in the front line, home, current issue, then
Okay.
past issues,
Past
yes.
issues.
So from volume 4 you have link to each and every issue from like if you check for volume number 1 and 2 then you don't find the links, right?
Yeah.
Okay, can you click on any issue from volume 6? Okay, now just tell me like how far they are registering their content. So there is no DOI.
No, there's no DOI or any link to URL link.
Mm.
And their acceptance rate is also quite high.
And what's the journal frequency?
Journal frequency.
So with few information you can conclude directly like it's a fake journal. Like lots of scholars from universities and institutions they are doing publication with this journal.
Okay.
I used to see lots of LinkedIn post like I've successfully published my paper in this so and so journal. So
Okay.
basically they are thinking like they have done some achievement, but initially they have lost their intellectual property. That's
Mm-hmm.
what I want to say.
Okay, sir.
Okay, for the first and last, I would like to give provide one the link for one more journal.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 second. Um, Okay, second link I provided in the chat. Okay, thank you, Shakshi. Like, apart from Sakshi, anybody wants to give a try?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Shaj?
Sir, I'm also on phone.
Okay, Vivek, Jacob.
So I'm connecting from a phone, so I can't share.
Okay, Radeshma. Fine. Just I'm sharing the screen. So just tell me, like, from the look itself, you can conclude like how far the journal is legit. Let's say you just comment. Let me see like how far you guys are analyzing.
Sir, I guess it is a fake.
Okay, what about others? So from the link itself, you can conclude like here. Can you look at the spelling of article?
Yes,
Sir,
sir, it's wrong.
Yes, sir.
And if you go back and click on any issue, volume number 1 and issue number 1,
a image will appear like sir when you will click in that red link.
yes, and you can just see this DOI structure. I think they are redefining the DOI. There is no such prefix for all the journals. Like the DOI prefix starts like 10 points so and so numbers, but here the DOI is 18 point. And yeah, so
Expected
I'm sorry.
like in 24 hour they accept the article. It is also mentioned there. So seems like it is fake.
Hmm. I hope you guys are clear with these points, like how you need to identify legit journals, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Let's move to the presentation. Now, for Scopus and Web of Science related journals, you have these three things. Like first two things. First one is Scopus database. Then we have SkyMargo journal rank. If you enter this site, if you copy paste the title of the journal or the ISS number of the journals, you will get entire information, like the information of the journal as well as publisher. And for new journals, you can check cross check through Google Scholar, but I won't recommend Google Scholar is that much legit as Scopus and SkyMago have. I hope I have demonstrated some journals, like those are all indexed in Google Scholar. So you need to check all these parameters before submitting your work. Okay. And then for journal finders, so let's say you have completed your draft and you don't know how to find suitable journals for your research work. We have these journal finders: Clarivate journal finder, Elsevier journal finder, Wiley and MDPI. So just you need to copy paste the title of your work and the entire abstract. It will suggest suitable journals for you based on the keyword majority. Okay, you can just check it out later. um, so from my end, that's all for the day. Any questions, any doubts, any suggestions?